running into these other agents, and they were like, who's this little idiot in my way? And oh, who's this band? And the promoters, like Steven said, were talking about my band, and next thing you know, they were phoning me, and I took the opportunity to take a job somewhere. But the point is, you know, ultimately I did it myself, which is really, you know, beyond the fact that I got it done, and that was the best part of it, it really was a great learning experience. And, you know, yes, I'm a booking agent, so it led to be what I ended up doing, but I learned so much through that process that it's not really hard to book a band. It just takes a lot of persistence and understanding and learning and you know, ingenuity, and there's a whole load of stuff that goes into the cocktail of getting a gig done. But anybody can do it. Any one of you can do it. And I think, like Steven said, it's much more attractive to us as agents that are super busy and have a lot on the go to hear about a band from somebody else than to be finally taking that 9th call from some manager who's been phoning us non-stop because we just don't want to be complete assholes.
Which we are.
Which we are, yeah, absolutely.
I've had a couple people talk to me about, you know, booking, trying to get on shows and tours, and they're willing to pay to get on a tour. Now, what are your thoughts on that?
Gong show, garbage. I've never heard of that really serious.
So if someone said, if we pay you $500, can we open for this band? You guys wouldn't do it.
This is where you're going to start seeing the panel split here, guys, because I'll take your money.
Yeah.
All right? I'll open up for my bands, I'll take your fucking money.
I'm with Colin on that one.
You know, obviously there's got to be a bigger picture attached to the whole thing. It's not about paying $20 to be on our gig, but, you know, buy-ons, as you're referring to, Lee, do happen. They generally happen at the sort of bigger level where you're talking about arena artists that have labels that are
but those bands are established.
That's a different. Well, sometimes some not. I mean, I do have clients that will come out of the middle of nowhere and the label go, you know what, we can spend $5,000 on a print ad. Yeah,
Well, not necessarily. Last Sum 41 tour, and I'm sure you can speak with me on this. I would totally forget the first band that was first on, but that was in Violent, and that was on the major tour. They just had a video that went to much. It was little radio, but then he came with money. So they presented like, look, you know, out of this 30-day tour, we'll pay $1,000 a show. So
what Steven's saying is, I mean, I think if there's a picture to it, it's not just throw the Amex down.
Well, every situation is different.
Yeah,
I mean, that's.
I'm shocked. I don't know anything about that. I feel like we're in different industries.
Well, we book different bands.
So just the ABC indie band generally wouldn't walk up and say, I got some bucks, throw me on. They'd have to have some buzz going, something going for them.
Well, they have to have all their ducks lined up in a row, really, to make sense.
Well, and what Steven's saying is that when you get to a certain level with these bands, you know, bands that are playing clubs, you look to support to be a helpful component of the sales, of the marketing, of the excitement about the show. So you're looking for bands that bring something to the show. It's not cash.
No,
it's a cash.
Right. There's added value to the show, which essentially.
When you get to a band that's in arenas, you know, that's when you see that stuff. Is that you got bands that are already selling all the tickets, and they go, we can grab an extra $5-10 grand a night because some band wants to be on our show, and a label can justify that as a great marketing spend. That's when you see that.
But there's also buy-ons going on with major label bands, right? So I think you touched on that. I don't know what tour it was. They'll throw like $5,000 a show, but that might go to marketing dollars, right? I see that a lot. So if some emerging act, if it's like I don't know, the New Cities or 1 second too late, that's going on the road with, you know, at Band A. The labels are going to throw money to the tour. Marketing maybe doesn't go in the pockets of the artists, but there's another type of buy-ins that's also going on right now.
Okay, I mean, if you're a band up and coming, you got some buzz going, people are talking about you. I mean, obviously you're paid on a commission rate. I mean, we'll talk about that a little bit, how you guys get paid, generally speaking. But you know, if you're not making money as a band, it's not very attractive to you guys, or have the potential to make money. How many markets do you have to be a sellout clubs at to be a band that's interesting? And what size of clubs and what ticket, what kind of stuff do you look for? Because, I mean, a lot of people can sell out clubs in Ottawa, and maybe a couple other small, maybe medium-sized markets. But when you start to build critical mass, you know, what size venues, how many different markets, what ticket?
I'm really impressed with anyone who sells out a club outside of their home market. Home market doesn't mean anything. I could sell out, you know, big venue in Toronto. I've never played. I can invite all my family and friends. There, I've sold out the Opera House. It doesn't actually mean anything. But if I come here and sell out the Capitol, that's a different story. So if there's a band already doing stuff outside their home market, it impresses me off the bat because it's already showing they have.
Well, you know, that's going to go back to what Steven and Jason and I were talking about earlier. It's like, if that happens, that doesn't happen without a promoter telling us about a band, or a manager calling us about a band, or somebody connecting with us that's not the band themselves, telling us this is happening. Because you don't, I mean, you don't just randomly